Tonight is Mental Health Week. Tonight we are getting deep. We'll be looking into breaking the stigmas around mental health, finding the right support and the importance of self-care and community. But joining me today on the show, I've got Lloyd, Curtis, Sharmone, Preddie, Errol, Thompson and Yusuf Mohammed, the Black Men's Consortium, coming on to talk all things Black men's mental health. You know, I'm passionate about that, so I can't wait to have that conversation. And our next guests make up the management team of an incredible initiative focusing on brotherhood, healing and empowerment. It's called the Black Men's Consortium. They pride themselves on creating safe spaces through workshops. They also offer mentorship where being vulnerable is embraced and growth is nurtured. Now, we'll soon be hearing from some of the men who are proud to be part of that community, advocating for Black men's mental health. But before that, let's hear from the founder of the Black Men's Consortium, sharing why he set up the group in the first place.
I found there was a huge interest from the participants and from my own understanding from reflection of running a 12-week program that I was commissioned to understand why there are high rates of Black men committing suicide in South London. I decided to volunteer my time and keep the project going after we did the 12-week theatre program. It's been such a joy and a challenge to keep a program where 10, 12, 25, 30 men come each Monday evening looking for brotherhood, looking to share stories, looking to find a place where they can just be themselves without wearing a mask. And luckily, I've done that with the support of the amazing management team that has worked alongside me.
One Extra Talk. That was Tony Cealy there, sharing why he set up the Black Men's Consortium. I'm now joined by two proud members of this group, sharing their journeys and experiences of being part of this community. Lloyd, Curtis and Errol Thompson. Welcome to One Extra Talks.
Welcome.
Pleasure. I mean, I don't know if you heard me a bit earlier on, but I said, you know, as somebody who has had depression and anxiety since I was really young, right? This is a really important conversation for me because I don't think, you know, us as Black men are always forthcoming around our mental health and how we're experiencing it. So how did your involvement in the Black Men's Consortium come about? Like, where did it start for you both?
Oh, wow. I'll go. Yeah. So,
I'll take that one.
I'll take that one. So it was about 2018. I saw a WhatsApp message and it was this Black men wanted for a drama performance around mental health. And I work in mental health. And so I said, I'll respond. Maybe I can give some input on my knowledge. Some of the circumstances that affect Black men in institutions. I had, bearing in mind, I had no acting experiences whatsoever. And rest of it is history.
And is it, was you surprised at what you found? Because I know you said you worked in that space, but I wonder what you took from it personally as a person, because I think sometimes we can go in there very cerebral, right? Very professional, but we take something very personal away from the process.
Yeah, so my intention of joining was I wanted to make a change. I wanted to get those voices of Black men who were in the system, stuck in the system, and going through a revolving door. I wanted their stories to be told and to be heard.
That makes sense. And I mean, the theme of, you know, Mental Health Awareness Week is community. Can you tell me a bit about, like, how important community is in the process of managing mental health, especially for Black men?
I'll hand this over to Errol.
Oh, thank you, Lloyd. How is it important? It's vastly important, very important for individuals. And as you mentioned earlier about your own experience with mental health, and I have to say this, that, you know, when you actually walked into the building, you were very confident and saying hello, right? So, and for you to say that you have your own experience of mental health, I saw that confidence in you straight away, so well done. And again, that is another example of coming through the other end, of working with yourself. So the BMC work quite closely with the community. It's very important that we share that awareness. And as Lloyd said, that, you know, giving individuals tools to empower themselves, right, to pass on to someone else and able to identify what their mental health looks like. So it's very, very important that we do share that. to empower them to empower others.
And I really appreciate you saying that, because I think what some people don't see is I could be in my bed crying before I come here sometimes, you know when the day is so bad, but putting on that face, and sometimes that confidence that you identified is the thing that gets me through, it's the one thing that allows me to move through. I wanted to ask you here, like, in terms of the spaces, how can you ensure you create a space where people feel safe? Because I think Errol, right?
Yes.
Like, what you identified is we're all different at different stages along the journey. Some of us are very open and easy to talk. Other of us take a little bit of time. So I wanted to ask you, Lloyd, how do you create that space where people feel comfortable enough to open up?
We have a space where the men are able to be vulnerable, and we have confidential conversations. Some of them relive traumatic events, but we support the men through the process, help them to grow, help them to identify where they need help. I am a great advocate of the therapeutic process, seeking counselling, contacting counselling. And the irony of it is that when I was in my youth, if I opened up my phone, I could tell you every dance in every borough and where to go. Now, I open my phone. Oh, you need a counsellor?
Yeah.
I got a black counsellor. Try this person. This person is really good. Tell them I sent you. And that's the support that we need within the black community, especially for black men. But also, I like to say the importance that black women play in this as well. As you mentioned earlier, that a lot of these things are being built and supported by black women. So we need to acknowledge that as well.
Yeah, big up. I mean, my therapist is a black woman, and if it wasn't for her, people would be in trouble. Not only would I be in trouble, people would be. Errol, I wanted to ask you, I mean, what have been some of the highlights of working with the Black Men's Consortium so far? I mean, your energy, both of you, is palpable. What have been some of the highlights of the process?
Oh my gosh, how long have you got?
You got about a minute.
Right, okay. I mean, I'll be totally honest, coming into the BMC, bringing my own experience, knowing my purpose is to support others with my experience, right? And there's other people like me with my experience. So sharing that with individuals in the group has been powerful, because some guys recognize it. And I said to me, you know what? I like that story. I get that. I see that in you. I see myself in you. Could we talk some more about it? Right? So we share experiences, and being in that space that able to be vulnerable, be open, be transparent, and able to really share things with each other, and able to evolve. And that's the key thing for them.
Lloyd, Errol, thank you. I mean, I'm not wrapping this up completely. I'm wrapping out with you two, because I've got two of your colleagues coming in. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much.
I don't know, I feel a bit emotional. It's so nice sitting with other black men talking about mental health. I'm a bit choked up. Now, Cealy, the founder of the community group, the Black Men's Consortium, also got in touch to let us know what changes he'd like to see to improve black men's mental health.